I just think we're here to try and understand the problem. The problem of division, the problem of picking sides, and just looking at what's happening. One of the questions that has come in over, the last couple of weeks since we've put out what actually happened in Nashville, Hurricane Helene's story, is people were wondering why we were filming. We film just about everything. We live a life that's very, very unusual, and we find ourselves in a lot of situations that we never could have imagined, and that's how we basically made our film, State of the Unity, which is available on Apple TV, and you can stream it now. You can take a look.
It's also available on Tubi for free.
It's a labor of love. And so one of the things that we did this year, because we are thinking about making another film, because we went in the first film from sleeping in our cars, which you'll see, to being Oscar eligible, which was quite a journey, something that we never could have imagined. What you're about to watch now is we went to the RNC and the DNC this year just to do some on-the-ground coverage. If you watch the film, you'll see that the RNC and DNC was a big part of that film. Yeah. And so we thought it might be interesting to go and see what we saw on the ground.
Whew. Balmy out there.
Today is July 17th, and we had to go to Chicago to go into the studio to take photos for the big announcement coming up for the Morris. At the end of the year, we are doing our big Christmas bash, a South Shore Christmas at the Morris Performing Arts Center. Big news, but the day started off even better by my travel luggage being run over by a car.
Oh boy.
In the driveway. I mean, it just got destroyed. So that was the beginning of the day.
Oh boy.
And now we are on our way to the RNC to talk to people. And
what are we gonna say to them?
Just talk, man. Just hear what people have to say. It's getting interesting. 2024.
It's bedtime. I'm toasted. And it is July 18th, 2024. And we're headed to the RNC in the morning.
Leading up to the RNC, fears about the conventions being dangerous grew.
Since Trump's assassination attempt, people were on edge. So we planned on going, but wanted to stay away from large crowds.
Oh my Lord. This morning we're getting ready to go into the RNC.
I just think we're here to try and understand the problem. The problem of division, the problem of picking sides, and just looking at what's happening. We are back on the road, and I don't know if we're making this for archive or making a film, but this is fun archiving. We'll see where it goes. So we made it to Milwaukee. Well, I guess we're not in Milwaukee yet. We're in Zion, Illinois, which is only about 50 minutes away. I just have a feeling we're going to go into this thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be so dangerous, so crazy, there's going to be so much. And it's like, I bet you we get there, and it's going to be just like this. It's like, where is everybody?
But I don't know about that. I was in on the ground last time. If it doesn't look like that, then you're right.
I think that part of the reason we're here is because we're going to be able to see it, so we can look like, what was it like at the RNC?
Yes.
And so we're kind of here free falling, but we knew that we needed to be here. But boy, what a different time we're living through, that's for sure. So we're going to take you guys with us.
Speaking of getting educated, what time is it?
Let's get cleaned up. Hey, it's July 18th. We're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We just came in from Chicago after a photo shoot. The RNC is happening.
We're gonna head into the RNC campus here and go on the ground and talk to some people.
So we are now currently on foot in Milwaukee, and here's what we are seeing currently.
We're about 30 minutes.
Beautiful, but also...
We're about 30 minutes from the actual campus boundary line, so. Okay, and we're here. Let's go.
I'm just kind of amazed at how few people there are here. I mean, look, they pan the streets. This is maybe the busiest street we've been on. I think this is maybe the entrance to the convention, so pretty quiet.
So currently we're actually within like the campus boundary line, so the red lines, and
Nothing's going on right now. There's a half an hour, babe, though.
Different places. Cleveland 2016.
Oh, yeah.
I say we keep walking.
Okay. Lauren, where are we at right now?
We are in Milwaukee at the RNC.
As you can see.
On the outside.
Right on the outside. Like Trump is literally right now probably getting ready to
I know,
accept
we have to
his-
find a bar to
Yeah, we do.
go see him.
So could you find yourself in the next 4 years working with people that you may not agree with? And
Oh,
how do you hold
100%.
space for people as we go forward to be more inclusive?
Good question.
I do currently work. I'm an art director, so I understand the whole, like, you know, I stick pretty quiet at my job, to be honest.
Like you don't tell people that you vote for
No,
Trump.
honestly, I ran into a photographer that we just pitched to be on a
And you're
photo
not-
shoot, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we might not get him. I don't know. I don't know, but I think it's frustrating that it's so polarized in the offices. I grew up where you didn't talk about politics during with the job and stuff, and so I think it's okay if we like do talk about it, but it needs to be like done with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like my last job was not respectful of my views. Like they saw something I reposted and like would call me honestly names behind my back. Like, and I'm like, I would never do that to you. Like, let's show some respect in the office space. We shouldn't
practice what you
we
preach,
shouldn't
yeah.
even be talking about the politics really, unless like I don't know.
I'll say
like-
last question. Okay, so how would both of you create unity in this community and reach out to people who vote as independents or Democrats? Like, how would you foster that here? I'm curious.
I mean, honestly, just like having conversations with people who are willing to is really nice. Like you walked up to us and I mean, we don't know like what your background is or anything, right? You know, I think it's like the first step is being able to just want to have a conversation. So that's on our end too, right? Like, do we want to like talk about it all the time?
Well,
or not all the time, but do we want to have the conversations with people?
Well, I think to even get to that conversation, you need to first, like you said, love them where they're at.
Yeah, that's
Just
sure
be
true.
kind and just let your light shine like we're supposed to, and that's not an easy thing to do.
I'm glad that we came because it was 100% not what I thought it was going to be.
And I'm grateful it wasn't what we thought it would be, because what I thought it was going to be was not good at all. I mean, I thought it was going to be dangerous and people were going to be really
Lots of people
raucous and unfriendly.
Protests
And it ended up being extremely safe. It is August 22nd, 2024, and where are we headed right now?
We are headed to the Democratic National Convention, and so far the good news is no traffic whatsoever. We're heading into the south side, and we're going to be there in 20 minutes, which is better than I would even say a standard day in Chicago. So that's exciting.
Which is very similar to when we were at the RNC last month. There was no traffic. And so we're headed right now to McCormick Place, which is located by Soldier Field. We're gonna have to find parking for the vehicle first, then we're gonna get on foot with our cameras and our microphones and talk to people on the ground. So
We made it here to Chicago, and first take right away, I feel like it's very similar to RNC Milwaukee and the fact that nobody's here. Jillian's filming, and this is what it looks like.
First deal was better than the last one, you know, it's kind of
Tapering off.
Yeah, you know, when the spider was on the Monday was much busier, you know, and it depends, you know, who you're on the last days. So.
everyone's like, hey. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
So we're a weird case. We're a band called the Bergamot,
Okay.
and we also are filmmakers.
Let me take a note
Yes.
of the band too, just so I
Yes.
can give you a follow.
Heck yeah, and I'll follow you
The
too.
Bergamot.
Bergamot.
Oh, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, you got it.
Sweet,
Boom.
okay. Yeah.
So essentially the question we're asking this time around is, How do you think people like yourself in your community in Denver can create unity and connection across party lines? And like, what are some things you're doing? What are some things you're seeing people do? Yeah.
I think the easiest way is just to show a little bit of empathy. And I know that's like easier said than done, but just the best way to do that, I think, is just like being vulnerable, that you don't have the answers to everything, that like you might have a strong affinity towards one political party, but that doesn't necessarily mean folks on the opposite end of the spectrum are bad by any means. And so just like realizing that like no one person has the right answers to everything. We're all on the same team, recognizing that at the end of the day, like we all want the same outcome ultimately.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say we all. I mean, obviously there are those who don't, but I would say that's a very small minority. I've been just reaching out to friends who I know disagree with me politically, just trying to extend an olive branch and just like have conversations that don't necessarily focus on politics, just kind of represent like an effort to just have a conversation with people across the aisle.
What does unity mean to you?
Okay. Oh man, that's tough. I think unity, it's like living in a family. Like there's always going to be people you disagree with, but just remembering like at the end of the day, like you should be there for each other, be there to support each other, whether that's just listening and like giving some credence to someone's viewpoint that doesn't necessarily match your own, but also just realizing like we're part of this like shared experiment of democracy, not to sound like a total cliche, together, and that unity is like the only thing that really kind of holds any functioning democracy together. And so just being mindful of the fact that, you know, yeah, again, not everyone is going to agree, but we're all American at the end of the day. So
We're almost to the entrance.
Where's there an entrance?
It's the entrance to McCormick Place. Look at this commercial space available. All these places are completely empty.
It's like St. Louis vibes.
It's very weird.
Finding America. Well, we know where they are not.
Look at this. All these places are available, baby. What is this? Look. Premiere. Bizarre, man. Babe, this is bizarre. You have to admit.
It's bizarre.
Look. It's all like boards inside.
I'm actually, I'm pretty good to check out of here.
We're almost done.
I didn't think it'd be possible to have less people than the RNC. There's less people here than the RNC.
It's true.
All right, this is it. I think it says it all. You got everything you need.
That is a doornail. Look at this.
Let's get out of here.
It does.
Made it to Chicago, and I'm not gonna lie, it was probably pretty much what I expected. No different than Milwaukee. Feels completely like a ghost town. Traffic was light. There's nobody. Nothing to see. Nice shot of the city though.
Introducing herself to America on her own terms. Governor Tim Walz.
So we just left downtown Chicago. Today we are at the DNC for the final day, and Kamala Harris just wrapped up accepting her nomination for the 2024 presidency run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm basing it off of my experiences in 2016, but it just felt like the city was vacant and empty. I'm sure the convention was probably full and it looked full on TV, but there just was not a lot of people other than that. And
which makes sense because we went to the RNC last month and it was the exact same situation.
Yeah.
It was just the delegates and no one else.
And I just think that people in general, it's just, people are just tapped out. I mean, it was a stretch for us to even want to go to either of them.
Yeah.
But to go to both of them, it was, I think it was good. I don't know what we'll end up doing with the footage, but it is something.
It was good to be on the ground to see it for what it was. not for what people are telling you that.
But
it
our
is.
favorite thing of the day was that we found out about an event going on at Soldier Field, which sits about 61,500 people.
2 hours before, and that's the line to get to Soldier Field for a community Kamala Harris watch party that starts at 7.
And so we put our name on the wait list, and we are still on the wait list.
Yes.
And we drove, because they said it was sold out, and we drove past and there was not a single car in the parking lot.
Okay, it is 10:10 p.m. We're right outside Soldier Field, and
There's no way it's sold out. It's not even possible.
we were there 2 hours before the event started, and they put us on a wait list alongside another friend that we met at the DNC. And he was like, "Hey, are you guys trying to get in?" He's like, "I'm getting mixed messages from them. They're not letting me in."
We couldn't go. We weren't allowed to go.
It was good to be on the ground to see it for what it was.
I think that the themes in 2024 that are coming through are isolationism, depression, anger, frustration,
Anxiety.
inflation. And another thing that is also different in 2024 is it feels like it would be a luxury to be out protesting. You know, money's tight. It's tough to get to travel to these locations to do things.
Just
And
to
I
give you
think
an idea,
that's
even
just
for us,
difficult for people.
We literally had to be like scrappy to go to the RNC and DNC. We had to be like, okay, so how much is it going to cost in gas? Okay, what if I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? We're going to have to spend the night at this hotel, but let's go 40 minutes outside and we'll drive up so we can save a little bit money on the hotel. Like, we're thrifty, so you do what you can with what you have.
We wanted to end with this song called 1 Mile, which is the song from the film State of the Unity, and we hope you enjoy it. In a cafe up in Brooklyn, there are two people falling in love. Up the street there, about a mile away, there are two people shooting up. Now the world can seem so strange when you're only 1 mile away, but we must stand tall. Together we rise, apart we fall. We left Seattle with some pictures and just a little spare change. When we got to Portland, and there was some crooks there who broke into our car and stole it away. Now the world can seem so strange when you're only 1 mile away, but we must stand tall. Together we rise, apart we fall. Fall asleep, my dear, with the winds of Santa Fe. Run my fingers through your hair as the curtains sway. And 1 mile down, they're pulling guns and raids on our brothers who don't look the same. Now the world can seem so strange when you're only 1 mile away, but we must stand tall. Together we rise, apart we fall.
different place. 1 mile away, 1 mile away. This world's a different place. 1 mile away, 1 mile away. We must stand tall, together we rise, apart we fall. Apart we fall. Something that I wanted to quickly conclude with is this. I love this country. I love the people of this country. We are an incredible group that came from all over the world to be here. And there is great power and great beauty and kindness in the American spirit. And it is alive and well. So as down and out as sometimes I can get when you watch the news or, you know, in general, we have this election coming up, which we are not in the arena to influence anyone on how you should vote. But I would say, do your research, get out there and vote, and then also civically engage in your community and be the change that you wish to see. So like be the bridge builder, show kindness to somebody who's different than you that you're told to hate. I think it's really important that we get back to the American spirit and the American ideals, and I'm seeing it alive and well in places right now like Asheville where we just were.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, songwriting is something that we believe is a really powerful way to connect with people. We hope you've enjoyed the song 1 Mile and the video from the RNC and DNC this year. We'll see where this journey continues to take us. And what we always say is, you know, tell someone that you love them today, and we'll see you in the next episode. All right, ever upwards.
And I love you.
Love you.
Shine on.